Okay, we had a computer crash. We're gonna pick it back up. So, from where we left off, he's drinking, he's eating watermelon, he's getting up off the ground. He's looking like he's getting ready to walk with you to wherever his friends are.
Hey, why, so you want to lead the way? Because you are the one that moved them, correct? You know this place better?
It's back towards the beginning of the mines here. I will show you the way.
Hey, on that
The
note, you know where any keys are here for the... There's a locked room? Know of any keys for it?
I did find a few random keys here and there once I first started cleaning out the room from my laboratory. Perhaps it would help you. He hands over like a key ring with like a few different keys on it. They look very, very old and somewhat rusty. They've been sitting in water.
Well, there's that. But let's go check on these guys first, yes? They are probably suffering a good bit.
Oh, certainly. Let us proceed. And he floats out in front of Eos. He gets about 15 feet away from Eos and then stops. I was like, well, come on.
I'm coming. Hold on.
He's
you all
like a
start walking with
long
him.
snail trail, like snot trail bubble thing, right?
He looks like he's made out of pearlescent steam. And he floats, and he has a tendril of it connecting to Eos at all times. And it almost disappears once it gets close to Eos, so you're not sure where it's coming out of. It might be coming out of her mouth or nostrils or ears. Just looks like it generally like points towards her head.
What happens when I wave my hand through it?
It kind of moves like a fog would, but after a few moments comes back together again.
Can you stop that, Sal? Come on.
I'm just curious, are you not? I mean, it's coming out of you.
I don't want to know, to be honest. I just want to pretend
that tickles.
Oh dear. Oh, okay.
Oh, what part is that tickling?
Oh no!
Is it the foot? Please tell me it's the foot. It's not a little higher, is it?
Oh no!
I'll never tell. You guys make your way back up to the start. So this is the area you came through here and moved down this way. Some of you may look off in that direction wondering what happened to the orcs earlier, but Weiser's leading you to the dungeon, so he takes a left back towards the first room you had come into. This was the room where you had seen them go across and into this door and close it behind them, and you left them to their own devices. Inside this room, there is what looks like a very typical old dungeon here, but the bottommost cell has been cleared out. The shelves been installed in here with some different research books on it, and looks like a small like station for mixing medicines or something like that. And there are two different dwarves in here lying on their cots. Looks like they're well bundled up and comfortable. When you come in here, it looks like they're both sleeping. One of them is a young female dwarf, and the other one's a young female man. And you hear from Varnal in here. He says, what would he say in the situation? Farah, Dooman, oh, my friends. Like goes up to Dooman first and starts shaking him, trying to get him awake. You okay, my friend? Are you okay? It's like he's like on the verge of tears, and both of them start to wake up. But they don't have as hard of a time waking up as he did. It looks like they've been taken care of, cleaned
off,
and otherwise, pampered, where he was the quote unquote control and was left just to stand where he was. They don't have as hard of a time, but they're still thirsty, they're still hungry, and you guys have a
Yeah. Definitely
small
gonna help
little
them out.
reunion between these hunters. And after listening to their experiences, they talk back and forth. They talk about the bugs, the insects, but they can't really remember much of it, and it starts to go away. They feel like maybe they've just been there for a couple of hours, even though their bodies are telling them something more has happened.
Yeah, I think Runai's gonna kind of look at Eos and be like, Eos, remember that protection necklace that was found on the orc? I do believe that actually belongs to our friend Varnalin here.
She reaches into her bag and pulls out, and she's like, "This thing?"
Yes, that was what his grandfather was wanting us to retrieve in the event of him not being alive.
Varnalin looks over at you holding it, and you can see him patting his chest and like underneath his armor. He looks down. He's like, "That's my amulet."
Oh, well, here, it's yours. Take it back.
We found it on the body of an orc after he met his demise. And I think I would like to know how long do you think that you all have been here for?
As soon as you said orc, his eyes got extremely like intense and angry. And orc, there's orcs down here.
Settle down. It's taken care of. Here, just take
They
the
have
necklace.
met their demise.
We must slay whatever orcs lay down here.
I
Back with
think,
their heads. For the
I think
glory
they're
of
gone.
Tandraida.
Oh dear, I'm pretty sure they're gone at this point. I hope they're gone at this point.
I'm gonna
Again-
kind of creep over to Wiser and be like, "Hey, you said they were your minions. Do you mind if they go kill a few of them, or would you prefer that not be done?"
I didn't necessarily tell them that I would keep them safe from all intruders. They're supposed to be keeping me safe, actually, so...
Okay, just checking.
I don't know. I don't really feel like betraying them. I know they're just orcs or whatever, but they were a little pathetic whenever I met them.
I think there are more important things at hand. I don't believe they realize how long they've been gone and how missed they have been by his grandfather, and I think that we need to reiterate that to
At this
them.
point, you guys have had to sort of take a side here to the side of the dwarves, because they're like halfway, like trying to get themselves pumped up to go back further into the dungeon.
Mhm.
And they weren't listening to you before. So I want you to make a charisma check to try to calm them down and tell them what's happened.
Okay.
So this will be a persuasion or intimidation, however you want to go with it. 2 people can make a straight roll, or 1 person can make it with advantage.
Okay, let's see.
Who's
I
going to
got
talk
here.
to the Tandridans here?
I've got a 13 here.
I think it was Runai and Eos that were trying to calm them down, mostly.
All right, I'll try for Eos's then. Eos, what's your persuasion?
Can I give myself guidance?
Yes, you can.
I give myself guidance.
So before you like begin to talk with them, you see Runai frantically trying to explain to them, and they are just talking over this rat man and like ignoring him. You calmly give yourself the chime of guidance. You walk over there. You begin talking with them. They see your wings and your height and this strange creature connected to you. They're kind of confused enough to shut up for a minute and just look at you, and then they start hearing your words. You explain to them that they've been here for half a year already, and that their place is in turmoil because of something that got released from what they found. that you think that you've dealt with it, but you're not certain. And it's important that we get back as soon as possible to let them know that you're all okay. And also just to get them to safety. You don't know what kind of long-term effects could have happened from what they went through.
You'll be in much better condition after going home, resting. Your family knows you're better. You can even bring it reinforcements. So why don't we just head back for now and make sure everyone knows that you're okay, you're alive. They're very worried about you, you know. Very worried.
What was the grandfather's name again?
Stonecutter.
Stonecutter. Okay.
And you do hear Varnalin kind of talk to himself. I'm going to be in so much trouble if I show up with nothing to show for my efforts. Coming here, place is forbidden.
Well, what about Sal? Sal, we found
Yeah.
some of those stoned treasures. What if we give that to them to take some of those back?
I would
I
settle for the
mean,
heads of the orcs. You could find them.
we-
I mean, there is the pile of orc bodies that we left behind.
yes, and I would like my staff back. So I do think we have to make a way
Oh, so
over
you
there.
think I would just go back with the heads of someone else's kill? I
It's
see what you
kind
think
of
of
a-
me.
It's
Well,
not
your
it's not
grandfather
that.
believes you're dead. You have been mourned as if you have been dead. I believe he would rather see you come back with your life. He asked us to retrieve your amulet just to show proof that we found you, and we did not expect to find you living.
He kind of shuts up after that. And
Yeah, I think you showing up at all would be a nice welcoming present, especially for your
that
grandfather.
does seem to have an effect on him. And the female walks over and puts 2 hands on his shoulders and gives him a hug from behind. She says, "Let's go home. There's no reason to stay here. We failed."
Just think of it this way. Every failure is a lesson, so now you're more aware and you know what to expect next time. Silver lining.
And Weiser says, "You know what they say? If you're not wrong twice a day, you're doing nothing right."
They say that.
Miles.
Awkward laughing.
I am sorry. How was this a failure? We have stopped this pail, correct? Runa, you want to check me
Yeah.
over real quick? Because now
Yeah.
I'm questioning myself.
Wait, oh no, we lost him again.
You lose Will again?
I'm here. I don't know
Oh.
why it just
Oh.
did that.
I just noticed your name is Chili.
Chili feast steak?
What the?
Did you just notice that?
Yes.
Because I was looking, I was like, who the hell is Chili feast steak? And I was like, after I see a few names, I was like, oh, okay, I know who it is.
I'm not explaining. I won't.
No, you
But
need to
I don't
explain
know
that right now.
why Discord just restarted out of nowhere. I have no clue. Let me
It
make
probably
sure
forced an update.
Is it
You'll have
still
to watch
recording?
that.
let me make sure everything's working okay. I think it is.
You can call this episode technical
Yeah, we're good.
difficulties.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Continue on
yeah.
here.
Yeah, Runa is gonna go start inspecting everybody who was inflicted with the pail and seeing how things are looking.
All right, give me either a medicine check or an investigation check. It's your choice.
Medicine for a 9.
Okay. Checking, you definitely notice the first thing is that they have this slimy substance, sort of like a slug's trail on their wounds, but they no longer have that like sort of gritty crystalline texture on it anymore. Looks like it's
Observing-
dissolved.
Okay, does it look like any of them little wiggler parasites are in it, or does it look like they're in it and dead, or?
You're not certain. From what you were able to tell, it doesn't look much different.
Okay, what if I'm gonna wipe, like, somebody's wound, who's gonna let me. I'm gonna wipe the wound and see what it looks like underneath the slimes.
All right. For now, with the check that you got, and also with the commotion of the Tandridans and everything, you're finding yourself a little confused because a lot of what you were observing before were the crystalline structures and just like the puncture wounds and stuff. All that seems to still be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's too fresh to tell whether or not it's begun to heal or not.
Okay.
Nobody ever showed any symptoms, by the way. Everybody had it. They said that they had it, but nobody ever showed any symptoms of feeling lethargic, of feeling depressed, of slowing down in any capacity.
Mm-hmm.
It was just sort of gross wounds. And you wonder why that might be, but you're not sure.
So
Oh.
we might want to go ahead and contact them now and, see how the people in the village are faring, like if it affected them by destroying this.
Well, we
And,
can at least tell them we're done. You can send a rescue squad. And I think that's going to take like a day or two for them to get here. But I do not want to go wandering through the forest without an escort from them. So, yes, maybe letting them know we are done here.
Okay. So,
That said, I hold up the keys and jingle them. I still have those keys. Should I go back and check the locked door?
I think we might as well.
Okay.
Oh, Will,
The-
another note. This stream is not up on Discord.
Oh, it didn't start it back up. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck's going on. All right, there we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
The Tandraida hunters kind of get themselves together, like, so now we're going back down into the dungeon like we wanted to.
But now,
We still have a few things to do, but yes, there was a few things to check. If you all feel good to go run around, you're welcome to follow. But you can also rest here.
I think we'll get our bearings straight, get our gear back in order. We will be prepared to go once you get back. Says Dooman, the other guy that you hadn't listened to before. He looks like he's the older, more experienced of the three, and looks like he's somewhat taking control of the situation here. Varnlin seems like he's the fiery one with the what is the word?
zest.
The inspiration, not the zest, but the I can't think of the damn word. It's right on the tip of my tongue.
The drive?
It's not drive, but it is that.
Determination.
Commanding.
It's not any of those.
We're on the right track.
I'll think of it in a little while.
Yeah.
I'll think of it
It's,
a little
it's
while.
that thing. That's what it was.
Ambition. That's it.
Yes.
He looks
yes,
like he's
yes.
the one with the fiery ambition and like endless energy that comes with young adulthood.
He
And,
is the chief's grandson and
right, and Durin looks like
comes by it honestly.
he's the one with more experience, but still young enough to be led astray, and Farah looks like she's a brand new hunter herself and probably has a crush on Varnalin. You make your way back to the doors. Weiser's already gone back into Eos without a word of parting.
All right, just start going through each one of the keys, checking the lock. This one, this one, this one.
You found a lock. You found a key that goes in the lock.
Hooray! Turn the lock, open the doors, or try to. Oh god, it's another mimic.
Don't joke.
What? Shut up. No.
I'm just holding the door. Ah, it's got me, it's got me.
She
Two
just-
mimics.
She smacks him on the backside of his head. Stop.
You look inside what looks like the most ancient, dusty armory that you've ever seen in your lives. There are fine weapons strewn all about, completely covered in a cake of dust. It looks like an armory of old Tandraida that you've opened up.
Hey, I wonder if the dwarfs would prefer to see this, because I feel like this would be more
This would be a
interesting.
great for them to bring back.
I want you guys to give me. I want Sal and Root. Both of you give me a perception check.
Okay.
Since you guys are the ones at the door here.
Oh, 18.
20.
Oh, that's-
14 plus
oh
6.
My gosh.
Oh wait, minus 3. Because I have
Yeah,
exhaustion.
-3.
3.
-3. Okay.
17? Yeah, 17.
You guys stand there halfway shocked that you see so much of such great worth right in front of you. You're not certain how much of this you'd even be able to carry out if you all loaded yourselves up to the gills with the treasures in here. But you notice multiple suits of armor turn their heads towards you. And
Oh,
many
shit.
of the weapons in the racks start to float out of their designated areas.
I slammed the door shut. Never mind, guys. We're good.
You
Lock
slam
it,
it shut.
Sal. Lock it.
I slam it shut. Lock the door.
Okay. You slam it shut, lock the door. You both kind of look at each other with wide eyes, like, holy shit, what the fuck is that?
I am too tired to fuck with this. What about you, Root?
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it, honestly. It's needlessly complicated.
You know, for once, I think I'll agree with you.
Beautiful. We finally found something you guys can agree on. A room full of floating weapons and animated armor is not worth the trouble.
Then let's just carry on. Forward. March.
You know, I kind of want to know what's further, but at the same time, after that,
Yeah, I didn't
maybe
want
it's-
to. I didn't want to kill you guys. I could have waited until you were all the way in the room to show you anything, but I was like, yeah, let's make it a little more. It's fair. At least let you know what you're getting into before I just pop it on you.
yeah, if I wasn't at 3 exhaustion, I'd consider it.
Yeah. You guys make your way back up here. It looks like the Tandraidans are prepared to go. They've got their satchels and stuff back on that had been taken off. They've put all the stuff back in it. Looks like Weiser probably went through all of it and like categorized and labeled a lot of it. Very very meticulous whenever he undertakes a task. They just feel very strange about the whole thing. They don't really know what happened here. They're just going off of the words of you guys, and you're all outsiders to their culture, they definitely look at you with a wary eye. Are you any of you gonna make that call on the sending stone?
Yeah, well, who had it? Was it Moore who had the sending stone?
Yeah, Moore has it because it's her sending stones, or she found them.
Okay.
Do it themselves.
Okay, she'll just like reach in her bag or pocket, wherever she's got it, hold it out and kind of look at everyone, just whoever's gonna grab it, and she just says, "Give it back." Like,
That makes sense. So who
So-
wants to explain what's happened to Duncan and get whatever he has to say back in return?
nobody else.
Only be one person.
Yeah.
I guess if nobody's going for it, Sal will. I don't mind talking. I'm friendly enough, yes?
Yes, make sure you include, we found the grandson and they need to make haste meeting us. Ask about the pail if you can.
All right.
Sal, you look at the sending stone, and there is a place of the stone where it's been chiseled into almost like a little grip that slides within a channel of the stone itself, so that it slides around in sort of a half moon circle, and you believe that that is the mechanism you need to start the sending stone.
All right. It's we know it's Duncan, right? That has it.
That's who you
Yeah,
gave it to.
he did, unless
Okay.
he's giving it to somebody else.
I will press on it. Duncan, Sal here. We are successful. You can send a retrieval group, and no, we have better news. We found his grandson. How's the pail
Oh.
there?
Nice. All 25 words. That's crazy.
Oh, was it? I thought it was getting close.
No, you hit it. I believe you hit it.
Nice.
I've used that spell enough times with Scorch. I think I know how to pare it down.
Duncan returns. It's a miracle. People are getting up. They're starting to walk. Don't know what you crazy bastards did, but it worked. We'll meet you at the perimeter by the totems. Give it a day.
All right, I will toss the sending stone back over to Moore. It is all yours again, and we have a day to sit and enjoy each other's company. Or we can all just kind of fuck off and go a little bit of our own ways, but I would like to go get my staff.
Yes, I think some of us could benefit from a bit of a rest anyway.
You guys gonna try to go back to the resting area, or do you want to set up a camp outside, or what would you like to do?
Well, his staff is at that resting orc area, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's where I jammed it.
Yeah. We might as well go back there and, if they kill the orcs, they kill the orcs, and we get the staff back and we get our restroom back.
Sal, are you gonna tell them the news you got from Duncan?
Oh, yes, and good news also, it seems the pail is taken care of. They have said that everybody is up and jumping for joy. Not in that matter, but it's good
This is
news.
great news. Great news indeed.
And he sounded surprised, like it's happening right now.
Ah,
He-
hell yeah.
Clearly showed that he did not think we would be successful. And I do not blame him.
You come back to the doors; they are wide open, and your rope is on the ground, and your staff is broken.
Well, fuck me.
Looks like they sawed through the ropes and the staff from the inside. They like pushed it open just enough to get a blade through and started cutting through it. There's nothing in here except for the bodies of the other orcs. It looks like they've taken some things too. Of course, this isn't here. Took some lanterns. Anyway, you guys have your own supplies to set up camp, so you're not sure where the orcs went, but they definitely left.
Well, this is the most secure, or we could go wait by the front. Who wants to do what?
I'm fine with right here.
Yeah.
Here
Same.
works.
Farah, Varnalin, and Durin seem to be having a heated discussion over by the orc corpses. And you can hear Durin say, they're gonna know that we didn't kill these guys. We've been gone for 6 months. We didn't just leave to go kill a few orcs and bring them back. No point in taking false honor for something we didn't do. Farah's like, well, if we come back with nothing, we might not be hunters anymore. Varnlin's just like, I don't really care. I don't really care what we bring back. We need to bring something back. Start digging up some of those glowing crystals over there. It's like, I don't think it's a good idea, but whatever you say. They start gathering some of those corrupted bright crystals.
Runa's gonna kind of also just chime in a little bit. There is no dishonor in what happened to you. You didn't get a chance to truly do what you set out to do. You know, you were put under a spell, which that's not your fault.
I just thought we could have brought back that orb when I first saw it.
Mm. So, I know you guys are still kind of against it, but there are corpses, and you can always come back later to finish the job.
When I first saw the orb, it was on the ground. I'd picked it up and examined it for felt like an hour. Started to glow. And don't remember what happened next. No, it was right there by that big gate down there. What condition did you find us in?
Are
You
there
were in a
are there
catatonic trance.
What, yes?
are there shards of the orb left where it broke?
There were shards, yes. They look like
Maybe-
clear glass shards.
Maybe we can gather those up and that can be brought back?
It did not look like it was of much worth.
But it's still
Hey.
proof of what happened.
I
You want to
think
say you
it.
gathered it up, you can.
I think at this point they really won't care much of what happened. The fact is, whatever was troubling them was done, and we've brought back 3 of their lost companions.
That's true. You're technically, the reason why the pale's gone now, so yay. She just kind of claps very lightly.
You might also technically be the reason why it started in the first place.
Shut
What
up,
is-
Sal.
What is the pale?
The pale
Okay.
was a sickness that really infested the lands and was making everybody sick and
Yes.
dying.
Many losses, so I would like to mentally prepare you for your return. There may be loved ones that you may have lost during the time in your absence. There were many losses to several tribes as well in the area, so
He says like very with a very difficult voice, "Is Stonecutter still okay?"
Stonecutter was the one who asked us to come here and find you. Well, he asked us to find your amulet because he truly did believe that you had passed here during your absence, but he did not expect us to find you alive, and frankly, neither did we. But he was very, very soft-hearted and troubled over what he thought was your loss, and he gravely misses his grandson.
Yes, he was very worried about you. And he was very insistent that, we find what we could of you. So, yeah.
He wanted to honor your memory.
It's very good. I'm glad he's still alive, at least.
And Duncan did not say if he had passed, so while he had the pail, it's a good chance he's still there.
I'll probably be ironing or hammering out iron in a forge by the end of the season.
But think of it this way, you're technically the catalyst that brought the end of the pail. If we hadn't gone to find you, then the pail might still be terrorizing your people.
Little comfort right now. And just sort of goes over and starts setting up his bedroll in camp. They're shaking the dust out of all their equipment.
She gives a heavy sigh. She feels bad she can't really comfort them.
Let them be us. They have a lot going on in their head. You can't make everybody happy.
It's a lot to take in all at once, and to not even know there was a loss of time while you were in a strange trance.
Yeah, it feels bad.
I think in some of your minds, you might be thinking about all that treasure you've got on hand too, and that golden serpentine staff. I know that Moore's thinking about that.
Because after we deal with the Tandraidans, we gotta go back to off town.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of backtracking to do.
Well, maybe there's ways that you could get that expedited. You've got the Tandraidans on your side. Maybe they'll just help you right out of the jungle.
I think while we set up camp, Sal is kind of off to the back, and he calls out to everybody. So, just a quick thought. What are you all gonna do now that this is over?
Not entirely sure at the moment. I need to log my research.
Is there a direction anybody is heading? Because I'm kind of tired of this place, and I am going to head to the nearest city and drink myself stupid. Do you all need traveling companions?
I must admit that it has been quite enjoyable not traveling solo and being looked down upon for being different.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I will say this. And I'll pull out all the coin and just kind of set it on the ground, and I'll say, traveling with you all has been very profitable. So if you all want to hang out together for a little bit longer, I feel like there would be a lot of profit to be found within all of you.
Eos say anything?
Eos nods, and she's like, all right, I have something I'm trying to do, so the more the merrier. Great, let's do this.
Moore just has her arms kind of crossed, and she just gives like a single nod.
Root, I believe in this moment you'd be feeling a little conflicted. You
Yes.
probably have your home in the jungle that you like to a certain extent. there is this whole conflict between the Eto and the Unforgiving that you'd like to see be brought to some sort of conclusion before you leave this place. You don't know if that's going to happen in just a day or two. You don't know if it's going to happen quickly enough for this group to not lose patience and flee back to civilization before everything's brought to a close. You don't even know if it's possible, though. At the same time, you don't know if it's possible to bring down generations of misunderstanding and hate. You've heard things recently that could shake up everybody's beliefs. The fact that the orcs only came from the Underdark and killed or defeated their civilization because a war was started with them. Something about a poisoned wine bottle from the king of Tandraida after he had been corrupted by an ancient evil. Something unrelated to the orcs necessarily, but somehow that was looped in later. There are things that you could do if you stayed and talked with everyone. But the jungle is just as dark as it always has been. And there's still so many questions left unanswered. You don't know if you'd feel safe staying behind alone.
Root is very conflicted, hasn't made a decision yet.
He sits silent on the edge of the conversation. He's just been the guide. He's been the stoic leader of the troop, standing in front, taking the first hit. But he does have much to think about. Let's go ahead and skip forward in the story a bit. Of course.
Can I real quick, during the thing, Sal stands up and goes to everybody and just hands out various bags of the gold and treasure that we found. And inside, everybody will have 28 gold, 340 silver, and 920 copper. And I can post that in the chat so we all have it to add.
Yes, please.
Yes, because I didn't catch all that. I was writing it down.
Anybody have anything written as a background for your character?
What,
I've-
like backstory stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually
got
been
that.
working on that.
Yeah, I've got that little bit of Runai's other part.
Yes, did you say you did something too?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Let's hold off on yours, Runai, for a different story beat. There's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff going on already.
I can get
So-
something for the next session, more than likely.
Okay. Let's see here. About to blind you guys. From the Endural Mines, the party makes their way out. You're like in the mid mountains where you come out, a totally overgrown area, but you can follow your trail that you had left just 2 days before back out to the line of totems that go off into the distance on either direction. The line of the forbidden land of the Endural Mines that the Tandraida don't dare cross. When you get there, you don't see anyone for a few hours, but before nightfall, they finally show up after you guys had spent hours just sort of relaxing, looking around, and just trying to stay safe. They meet up with you. They seem a lot different than they were previously. There's smiles on their faces. They go to embrace their lost colleagues, the Tandraidans. They go for handshakes with Sal and Root and everyone. They are very welcoming to you. Of course, Weiser doesn't come out. He doesn't want to complicate matters any further, showing some sort of strange, entity that they probably wouldn't understand. But with that secret, you meet up with them and they bring you back to Tandraida. So I'll need you to take off the 5 rations for yesterday. But today, the food is on the locals. They have a grand celebration in the middle of Tandraida. Many of the people that were in the worst states, having been bedridden for weeks, are now up and moving around. Although lethargically, they're smiling, and their frail limbs and bodies are looking a little bit better. Even just now, 24 hours after the curse had been lifted, their disease has faded away. There's a lot of speculation that goes on whenever the boisterous celebration dies down. Candlelit tables as the sun goes down, everyone eating outside, large cuts of meat, strange animals in the jungle, some not so strange, pigs, for instance, everyone eating honeyed ham. But they talk of what had happened. That strange curse came out of nowhere and was gone just as quickly. Not many knew that you all had contracted it. You are still trying to square the experience that you had with it, because you must have had it for at least 4 or 5 days. Didn't experience any kind of symptoms from it. Maybe the most intelligent of you, perhaps more, in her innermost mind, might tease out the truth in her pondering. Maybe it only was ever meant to affect the dwarves. Maybe it was only ever meant to affect those with dwarven blood, or those that had caused the collapse or the war all those years ago. Because it never seemed to bring any of you down. None of you have any dwarven blood in you. Perhaps you were just carriers of a disease that you could have spread all over the world if you'd have just left. But now, doesn't matter. Amora doesn't feel like talking. Keeps it to herself. The reunion between Stonecutter and Varnalin is warm. They embrace. He doesn't look like he died from his disease. He managed to hold out. You do hear from others that he had become bedridden during that last 2 days you were gone, unable to get up. He was on his last legs talking to you all whenever he had bid you to go to the Endural Mines and find what you could. He is the one who's responsible for the celebration in your honor. Anybody ever given any thought to what you want to start calling your group?
I think once they establish that this is going to be a group, maybe because I think this is probably the first that Sal has mentioned of staying with anybody.
Well,
Yeah.
whether or not Root stays, he is still a member of this group. So it's on you all to come up with what it may be. Because for right now, they're just calling you the outsiders. But many of them want to know your names, want to know what you're part of.
Okay.
I know I've thought about possibilities at work, but none of them have really connected.
Yeah, we may have to think on that.
The festivities go on late into the night, and they bang the drums, not to hide the city, but to dance. You spend another night there after having been fully filled. You're well accommodated. Of course, many of you meet up with the people you had once stayed with or studied with. There is Karna Salvhold, gets a hold of Runai and talks with him, talks with you about the subject for a moment. He says, spiders. Whenever the curse, whenever it dropped, and everyone started to walk around, they stopped communicating. They started behaving normally again. It's the damnedest thing. Like their network was destroyed.
That is quite intriguing. I believe I may have partially tuned into what was the hive mind. We discovered an orb that, well, I did go a bit under a trance beneath it, and I felt something strange within my mind and my own body, and like they were all crawling inside of me for a time, and I wonder if perhaps that was
sounds awful.
something. It was very invasive.
Well, perhaps whatever happened stopped the root and the cause of everything. Obviously, it did.
Yes,
Root,
it is quite.
you want to have something else to say? Go ahead.
Oh no, it's good.
Root. You talk with Garish, and he seems to be depressed, whereas most of the party is excited, and he's smiling, but you can definitely see there's pain behind it.
I'll just ask him if something happened to Ketu.
He didn't make it.
That is unfortunate. I'm sorry.
I don't know what it was, but something got to him the last few days. I buried him.
Good. Well, we cannot let his death be in vain, like the others. I still want to speak with the elders, see what we can figure out. I have information for them.
Right. We will get that set up. I'm sure they're going to be looking favorably upon you all. I hope. Eos, you do see.
Just to note,
many of
Will,
the druids by.
she's in the bathroom right now.
All right. Sal, you get your drink on tonight. There are free drinks handed to you left and right. Not all poured into your mug either. There are plenty of large pitchers of mead and straight spirits from strange bottles and strange shot glasses that are just shoved into your hand.
He looks back and forth between them to his cup, and tonight he's just given in. He's drinking from his, he's drinking from the ones he's given, and just having it up tonight. I know he finds Duncan at one point and his group of boys and reminds them of the bet that was made if they were to return. And while everybody is giving him drinks, of course, it's not really as important, but he does try to get them all to drink with him.
After a few hours of revelry, you definitely become heavily inebriated. I'm sure you get more to take some drinks and everyone else, at least partially partaking, maybe not to the depths of which you've delved in depravity for the night, but you have a good time. You make a good connection with a lot of strange folks in this town. Looks like a lot of them have opened up to the idea of catmen, and you get sort of flirted with by men and women alike on multiple occasions.
He nods to a few of them, gives the remarks to them at time.
Oh my
And,
goodness.
As the night goes on and the more he drinks, he doesn't become the loud, boisterous drunk that he makes himself out to be. And he is oddly a somber drunk, not as boisterous as he always plays himself up to be. And tends to,
Wow.
after a while, quiet down.
It's good. You eventually see that guy that you had sold the wine to kind of come up and offer you a drink of that same bottle that he bought.
I see you are still enjoying it.
Oh yes, you know, it won't last too long. Nothing really does, but I'm glad I've got some more for you. You did a great service.
I'm just passing through. It was... I wouldn't say I did it for everybody. I was dying, I admit. Or at least they tell me. So
Are you all right?
I am myself. What is the issue with that? Yes?
Just seem to darken, the light just a bit.
Well, when the drink hits, the drink really hits, you know? It is good though, the drink, it might disappear, but the memories of the drink don't leave. Right?
I guess so. You don't want to talk about it, that's okay. You deserve all the drinks, none of the hassle for the night. He kind of fills up your cup and gets up and walks away. There is a talk at some point, maybe tonight or the next morning, but Stonecutter talks with you all in the top of that Aztec-like pyramid that he lives in the utmost chamber of. It looks like he's tidied up his room since the last time you saw it. His furniture isn't in disarray. There's not trash lying here and there, old food and old rinds of fruits left to rot. Looks like he's got his stuff back together, and he himself looks a lot healthier. He's hobbling a little bit less, though he's still using a cane. There isn't anything I can give you that would pay you back sufficiently for what you've given me. I will do what you ask if it is within my power. Let me know what you wish.
The only thing I can think to ask is the truth. Do you really think we were affected with this? Do we really think it was an issue that we had to go do this? Or did you just use that to your advantage?
I knew that it would have to be outsiders that went there. It is a cursed place. I believe the curse escaped in the form of this hail that we underwent. You're not Tandraida. You're not dwarves. I didn't think you'd be affected by such things. I was right. No, I do believe you had some of it. Just from the bites I saw on you. I didn't know why you weren't already dealing with the symptoms, but I just hoped that maybe you would last long enough to do what needed to be done. I'm at your disposal now. If there's something I can do, if there's something I can make happen or give to you, let me know of it.
I look around to everybody else. Is anybody have anything they would like to ask for?
I'm thinking.
Right now, maybe just some rest would be really nice.
Of course, you'll have your rest. That's not my gift to you, that is the city's. You are a
Maybe
blessing we
perhaps.
haven't had in a very long time.
Maybe perhaps some supplies we could, just re-up on before our departure.
He looks at Root.
I think our conversation can wait until the morning. It's a lot more involved, probably, than the night would allow.
This may be the next morning.
Is it the next morning already? All right, wasn't sure.
Yeah. It's just sort of like montage-y sort of area. You guys would have already had rest. You guys would already be in a state to go talk to him and see that his stuff is together.
Gotcha.
And yeah.
Then
this is the moment to talk to him.
I will go over everything I learned about the orcs, and everything that happened down there, and express my wishes for a potential conversation between them and the Ito people.
If you wanted the council to meet with the elders of the Eto, all I could do is let them in. If they came into the jungle, if they came to Tandraida, I would let them in. Don't know what the personal guards would do. I would try to hold them back as best I could. There
I
will
will-
probably be some civil unrest from this.
I will ensure there is no violence on their part.
It's not violence on their part I'm most worried about, however.
Well,
Just wouldn't want anything bad to happen.
unfortunately, it needs to happen.
If you go and speak with the elders, whoever is the lead elder, and get them to come, I will personally escort them to the best of my ability. I'll have Varnalin on it, and people with much better heads as well. Just so you
Very
know,
well.
I'm serious about what I mean to do for you. They'll meet them at the edge, the gate to Tandraida, and lead them straight here if they wish to come into the jungle.
Very well.
This is a large thing you ask of me, but I'm still feeling quite generous. Of course, I'll give you all your supplies that you need to make it out. Full belly, I'll fill your sack, and perhaps even rustle up some money. I know money is valuable here and in the outside world. And he pulls out a little sack of gold, hands it over, and said, "This is pretty much all I can spare without causing some major turmoil." You look in the sack, and it's got enough gold to give all 5 of you 250 gold pieces. So it is all in platinum, but we'll just say it's gold pieces. But you guys can add that much to your inventories.
I'll add that to the post in general chat
Okay, I'm
so
adding
that
it to my sheet.
Moore will have it when she needs it.
All right, so you can add 25 platinum, or you can add 250 gold. It doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, I added it to my gold.
All right. Well, we'll pick this up next time, you guys.
Sounds good.
They're gonna give you an escort out of the jungle. You'll get to go meet with the elder in Off Town. I forget what his name is right off the bat, but I'll have it next time, and we will see where this story unfolds.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the videos to like splice back together and get that uploaded after a little while. I appreciate you guys playing, and I love y'all.
All right.
right.
Love you guys too.
It was good hanging out again. We'll see you next time.
And are we all meeting up next week for the Lord of the Rings thing? Is that
As
someone
far
on
as I
AFL?
know, I
I'll
think
be
that
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go for it. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
All right,
Bye,
later.
guys.